another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Leave the beats, leave it in the street. Case on the...
And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I got you. Check. X3, 218, chopper. Safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Slam. Hurry. Run. 57's the mic. Watch 57. I'm coming. Check.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Kill. Go. Hey, avoid 33.
On 2nd down, it's Morton. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Point it right. Pistol.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the... field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now Benjamin. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Ready? 30 base. 55. Topper!
On 1st and 10, Ellis. That's complete. It's Bell. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
90. Recon, 132 final. Go.
Off play action. Ellis. Caught here by Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 21 yards away, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. The Browns' drive about to get started, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something?
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Mack Wilson gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Look at me. Zipper. Bravo. Stick.
To throw on second down. Ellis to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ellis. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. And his kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. You end up having to take 3 there.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
59, Mike. Regular.
Here's Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19.
Mike is 59. Mike, check 59. Who that? Check 26.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 51 yards there on the return punt. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The point after is good, and that trims the lead down to 9. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Ready up.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point...
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe
Super toe.
6-6, pull it high. Go.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ellis. Throw left side complete. It's Bell. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards there, a first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 27. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Check to A. Wahoo!
Check right. Watching you grind. All day. Bang, 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 bang.
Smooth.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Ellis escaping the pressure right. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Keep it up.
Hey, Echo.
55, Mike.
Pilot, 64. Reach.
Shoot.
Fire.
From the gun on 3rd down. Ellis dancing to his left. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
And that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
Penny will try to punch it in, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Rashad Penny, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point up and through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
From the 27, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, check 24.
Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Alert! Hurry! Hey, Foxtrot!
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
On 4th down, they snap it to Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
X3, 218, chop it.
From the gun, Ellis. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
18, Gator. You can't block me. Hey, switch gears. Chopper. Get it.
On 1st down, Ellis trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, 5, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Now, Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and then decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this run. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, past the 20, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Rashad Penny with his second TD of the game, his sixth on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point safely through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Being chased out left. Going left side, it's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. On first down, Morton. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, Charlie.
Now Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain there on the completion, second and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
Watch the whip. Blue draw forfeit. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Real.
Here we go, D. Here
I got it.
Mayfield to throw it, and he's got the hook up to Landry. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The Browns on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3.
King. Protein spill. Run.
Watch the pass.
Hey, seam 6.
So that'll back him up 5. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8.
Hurry.
From the gun, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Hey, exit.
Fourth down and less than a yard.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Keep playing hard.
I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll run on first down. It's Morton. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle, and that trims the lead down to 9. So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Throwing
on 3rd and long. Ellis. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Browns drive about to get started. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. It's caught, Beckham. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And into the red zone now. And Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
SOS. Real. SOS. Watch twins.
General West.
50 seconds to mine.
Mayfield is going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Quick dance. Come.
Hey, alert!
57. Mike, 57. All day, point.
22 jet bomber.
No. Jam.
Regular. Hurry. Regular. Hey, Delta.
And Mayfield just getting the play off. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 15-yard touchdown ground, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
19 yards. First down, Steelers.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Double up, double up. He's coming.
Operating from the gun, Ellis. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Penny. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
Let's go. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Topper, Topper.
Check, 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 check. He's coming, he's coming.
Penny, a first down carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Recon, 152 fighter. Go. Hurry up, ready.
To throw on 2nd down. Ellis trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. And the lead is up to 5. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Ellis. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Second and 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Now Rashad Penny. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. So they'll run it again with Penny. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hurry, hurry!
Check, check. Lucky.
Watch the air.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
180!
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Alert! Watch out!
Mayfield down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Pistol.
Check 31.
King.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mayfield. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Hey, Haywood!
Mike's 59. You.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
At the Steelers' 41-yard line.
Hurry! Run.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time.
King!
Let's get off the field. Hatchet. Ship. Check it back.
Watch out!
They'll keep it on the ground. Morton. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And the blitz does come. Going right, and that's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line.
But we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Mayfield now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Check. 80 weapons.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check.
Alert, 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 alert.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock, and a tight 1-point game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Alert, 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 alert.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
At the 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
They'll keep it on the ground. Morton, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run, and the Browns have retaken the lead. Here we go. The Browns will go for 2.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Up. Hey, wahoo.
Mayfield on the move to his left, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Screen. Hey, Echo, you draw Porter. Kill. Now. Keep moving, boys, moving. Go. Hey, Foxtrot. Watch QB drop. Deep rip.
On fourth down, Ellis. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. And that kneel down a little extra sweet. You get the win, and you knock out somebody's perfect season.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because it's not a championship game yet, but the team that's undefeated feels like a champion. So you've won a little bit extra in this one. Yeah, they've got to feel great about taking a knee here.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. And they take a knee. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg, and I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy, and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy, and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass.